100 terabyte data. We will suggest if you have 10 hard disks, we will suggest to use 2 SSD. If you have 20 hard disks, we will suggest use 4 SSD. But the capacity you can calculate with the capacity. Yes, Natalie, I will update for the confirm answer for you. Okay, so using the new Dedup, and your system can have more efficiency, capacity, and more faster performance, and save more budget. So next we will have Alina to talk about the performance and differences between Dedup QSN 3.3 and 3.4 and other brands. So do we have any question in this slide? So okay, let's whether the network optimizer task will be moved to M.2 SSD default. I didn't get your questions. Or need addition SSD to support. The network optimizer don't need addition SSD or even the M.2 SSD in default. It is a feature that the system will calculate the will analyze and detect the worst path and optimize into optimal path. So it doesn't need to any SSD to apply these features. So that we will continue.
So about performance, you can see that Dedup in QSM 3.4 has a much higher sequential read and write bandwidth on the table. And the main differences between the Dedup in QSM 3.3 and 3.4 is the algorithm itself. Dedup in QSM 3.3 made the algorithm more and more complicated after using Dedup for a while, causing the performance to be greatly reduced, even lower than SSD speed. You can see on the chart and affecting the stability of the system at the same time. So now let's move on to the right chart. The Dedup in QSM 3.4 optimized algorithm performance is faster. Even the worst performance will not lower than the speed of SSD itself, because now all Dedup data are saved into SSD without hard disk. Plus, and if you want to boost the performance, we suggest to use NVMe SSD to meet the goal. And at the bottom, we highlight Dedup in QSM 3.4 has much lower latency and much higher stability. It's because generally the underlying structures of systems performance is too slow that cause system not response back, then causing system fail. So to fix this instability, we enhance the performance in 3.4 to avoid unstable problems. And move on to the summary of deduplication. In QSM 3.4, Dedup range is global, which means it applies to every pool and volume once you turn it on. However, QSM 3.3 only applied to one specific pool and/or volume, and performance in QSM 3.4 will not lower than the speed of SSD itself. In QSM 3.3, the longer dedupe time you use, the slower performance will be. It may drop to around 25 megabyte per second or even lower.
So in 3.4, we don't need to select a pool or volume.
Once you turn the dedupe function on, it will apply to all of them.
Yes.
Automatically. Okay, so I'll move on. And in the third column, in
Page type. No.
Okay. So in QSM 3.4, did you work on both read and write cache, which is hybrid SSD cache, while in QSM 3.3, it works on either one. And the advantages in QSM 3.4, it has stable performance, and when storage combined with NVMe, it can provide higher speed deduplication, work on both read and write cache and globalized configuration, which is easy to set up and apply. And in QSM 3.3, the advantage is you only need one SSD to set up. So it brings up to the note in QSM 3.4. The minimum disk needed is 2, and it's suitable for various environments. Dedupe data will store in SSD to maximum the performance. So Dedupe in QSM 3.3, it is suitable for a light load. If there's heavy loading, additional RAM expansion is needed to maintain the performance. And last, the performance will impact by hard disk drive speed. And next, let's look at the data reduction performance between SCube Next and Dell Unity. SCube Next has 0% performance drops in sequential read, while Dell Unity has 70% performance drops, while has a really huge difference. And it's in sequential write, SCube Next has 60% drop and Dell Unity has 65% performance drop. So let's move on to the table below. Both QSEN and Dell dedupe function are no license needed, but the pool type of SCube Next is hybrid, while Dell Unity requires all flash pool type. So to sum up QSEN's advantage, our hybrid pool provides more flexible configuration to save the budget while providing more stable performance. So let's see Stephen's question.
Okay, so for Stephen's questions, why minimum SSD need is 2? So the dedupe data is now saved in SSD because we leverage it together. So we will need one more SSD to mirror the dedupe data to prevent the data loss for your pool. So is that clear? Okay.
So let's move on to the quick overall summary for today's topic. For auto load optimizer, the network part monitor and adjust each network log path, keep every input and output in perfect performance speed. And for pool, it automatically balances the number of pools in the controller to ensure maximum use of the resources on both sides. And move on to the duplication in QSM 3.4. First, the improved performance. Performance will not less than SSD itself, and if you equip with NVMe, it can provide higher speed of deduplication. Second, high efficiency. With hybrid SSD cache, you can get all deduplication, read, and write cache at the same time by using just 2 SSDs. Greatly improve the efficiency and save the budget. Third, high stability. By modifying the algorithm and the high performance computing of SSD, the new deduplication has higher stability. And last, as most of you may curious, the Dedup in QSM 3.4 will release in the middle of April for Xcube Next, and Xcube NAS will release a month later in middle of the May. So that's all for today's webinar. Are there any further questions you would like to ask?
So do we have any question?
No, since there are no further question, but can we also ask when all the relevant documents and also videos will be ready?
Yes, the related document video we will plan and is the same time with the SQ next release date.
Okay. Yeah, I think the most important question today is what would be the upgrade from 3.3
Yes.
to 3.4 for existing partners who already have the Dedup enabled? Yeah, I think that's a very important question we need to answer and to clarify.
Yes.
How about auto load optimizer? Is it something unique in Tucson, or some other vendors also may have it? Some also have something similar.
Sorry, I didn't hear your questions clearly.
The
Can you say again?
auto load optimizer.
Yes.
Is this a unique technology in Tucson, or some other vendors can have something similar?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think Vito is asking, do we have any comparison about our auto load optimizer with other competitors? Would that be unique feature offered by QCell or just common feature offered by everyone?
We will still study in this comparison, but for now we haven't find any other vendor they say they have this kind of feature, but I think maybe some of them have some kind of similar features, but we will still looking for it, and we will.
So we created it from scratch. We didn't have any reference. We just created it as something really new.
You mean we just make this feature without like study from other brand?
Yeah.
What's the reason we develop this feature? Do we see the demand or any issues report previously, or we study competitors' solution?
We do have some issues from customers, so they will ask. We don't show any poor locations in our UI, and so in the beginning of SQ Next, we already planned this feature in this project. So I will check if any other vendor do have this kind of features, and maybe if they have, I will put it on the battle card and update to you guys.